All of these reports can create a strong volatility in the markets, and there is some political drama with the Fed as Governor Lisa Cook pushed back against attempts to remove her. So it's highly probable now that we can have a rebound. Hello everyone, my name is Isaac Martinez, trader market analyst at xChief. In today's update, we'll take a closer look at the most important economic events and market news that could impact your trading this week. So stay with me because the first few minutes will set the tone for what's ahead. As always, we will start with the economic calendar, and don't forget the hours you are going to see are based on the New York's time zone. This week we have several key economic events coming out of the United States that can move the markets. On Tuesday at 10 a.m. we have the job openings report, which gives us an idea of how many job positions are available in the economy and helps measure the strength of the labor market. On Wednesday at 8:15 a.m. we get the ADP non-farm employment change, which is a private estimate of job creation and often gives traders an early clue of how strong or weak the official jobs report might be. Later on Wednesday at 10 a.m. we see the ISM manufacturing PMI, an important survey that reflects the health of the manufacturing sector and shows whether businesses are expanding or contracting. On Thursday at 8:30 a.m. we get the unemployment claims report, which tracks how many people are applying for jobless benefits, and it's one of the most direct indicators of labor market conditions. Friday is the busiest day with multiple reports starting at 8:30 a.m. where we will have average hourly earnings that show wage growth, the non-farm employment change, which is the most watched jobs report of the month, and the unemployment rate that summarizes the overall health of the labor market. Finally, at 10 a.m. we get the ISM services PMI, which gives us a picture of activity in the services sector, a key driver of the US economy. All of these reports can create a strong volatility in the markets, especially the Friday jobs data, so traders will be paying close attention. Now let's continue with the most important fundamentals of the past week. US stock futures moved slightly higher after President Trump announced a new wave of tariffs that will start on October 1st, targeting furniture, pharmaceuticals, and heavy machinery. Futures tied to the Dow, S&P 500, and Nasdaq showed modest gains, even though stocks had just logged 3 straight days of losses. Investors are still digesting stronger than expected GDP growth and lower jobless claims, which reduced the chance of more rate cuts this year, while concerns over the sustainability of the AI boom continue to weigh on sentiment. At the same time, Trump approved a $14 billion TikTok deal pending China's approval, and there is some political drama with the Fed as Governor Lisa Cook pushed back against attempts to remove her, warning of market disruption. All eyes are now on the upcoming PCE inflation report due at 8:30 a.m. as traders hope it will confirm easing price pressures that could keep the Fed on track for 2 rate cuts this year. In Asia, pharmaceutical stocks dropped sharply after Trump's tariff announcement, which could impose duties of up to 100% on branded drug imports unless companies start producing in the US. Now let's continue with the technical analysis, and we will start with the DXY, which reflects the strength of the dollar. The first thing we should understand from this chart is that we have manipulated the support that was located at 96.377. After this manipulation, as you can see, we had a strong rebound and we reached 2 targets that we have established the past week. The first one was located here and the second one was located here. After this movement, we have seen that after touching this resistance, we are having now selling pressure. So this selling pressure can give us a throwback that can reach the previous resistance that was located at 98.087. If we consider the polarity principle, this resistance can turn to a support, and then the price can have enough liquidity here to start a new upward movement. This new upward movement for sure will try to test again the resistance at 98.421, and then we can start searching for new targets. The first one could be 98.693. We have established this target the last week, and finally we can establish a new target for this week, 99.569. On the other hand, if you are bearish with the DXY, we can consider these bearish targets. The first one is 97.205, 96.837, and finally 96.377. Now we will continue with the S&P 500. It's important to understand that we have reached a new all-time high that right now is considered a resistance, and this resistance is in 6,699, basically 6,700. Don't forget that we have established before a target for the S&P 500 that is here based on Fibonacci extension, $6,800. We can expect this price to be touched soon, and if the price continues with this upward momentum, it's highly probable that we can touch this objective, this target. Considering now the movement we had this week, we can also consider these objectives. The first one located at 6,551, 6,516 for the second one, and finally the third one we can be trying to search this week, 6,443. If we have some strong fundamentals that can push the price to lower prices, we can consider also this low located at 6,343. Unless that happens, I will just consider these three objectives that we have talked before. Now let's continue with the Euro USD, and we have reached several targets we established the past week. But now one of the targets that is here, 1.16608, is now being used as a support, as a point of liquidity. So it's highly probable now that we can have a rebound. The next movement we can expect could be now to consider previous targets that now can be used as resistances, just considering the polarity principle. The first target will be 1.17013, 1.17304 for the second one, and finally for the last one for this week that I will be considering, 1.17889. Finally, let's see Bitcoin, and don't forget please that we have reached the target that we left the past week, $113,480, and after that, as you can see, we had a strong rejection of that price, and we started a strong movement to one of the targets that we have established this week at $109,338. After this, we need to understand if we are having a rebound from this point of the price, we can start, yes, maybe having a rebound to fill this fair value gap at 110,625. But remember that we will continue with the trend that we have established in the daily chart, and this daily chart is still bearish. So don't forget that the price that we are trying to search with this daily chart was established at $107,250. After this, we can also consider other point of the price of Bitcoin, $105,119, and finally $130,417. On the other hand, if we have some good news, some good fundamentals for this week that can support a strong upward movement for Bitcoin, you can consider this point of the price as the first target, but also we can expect to test again 113,480 and finally $117,435. Thank you for watching this market analysis with xChief. If you found this content useful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and register with xChief to stay ahead of the market with us. See you in the next video.